Hello, welcome to EuroEyes. My name is Michael Knorz. I'm super specialized in refractive surgery and in cataract surgery. And this is also the main emphasis of the EuroEyes group. We really specialize in the different procedures to make you get rid of your glasses. I'm also university-based in Mannheim, so I do regularly teach, and I go to many conventions as an invited speaker. So I have a lot of research done in my life, which benefited my patients because I have been involved with the development of many of the new procedures we're using right now. So let me talk a little bit about what the eye does and what the procedures are we offer. The eye is pretty much like a camera. The light comes in the front. There is a part called cornea. We have the iris, and then we have the lens, which is flexible when you are young. And those components work together to form a sharp image on the retina, which is basically the film or the chip of the camera, so to say. If the eye looks like this, everything is perfectly in focus, and you will see clearly. Now, if you are myopic, the eye is too long. So the light will not be focused on the retina, but before, and everything from the distance is blurry. We will talk about the surgery you can do for this in just a moment. The second issue we are actually attacking is the inflexibility of the lens. When we age, the lens inside the eye becomes stiff. It degenerates, becomes immobile. It is not possible to focus anymore. That's why everybody will need reading glasses at a certain age, typically 40 to 50. Let's now go to procedures. The laser surgery we do focuses on the cornea. So the procedure we're doing is smile. Making us smile. But actually smile stands for small incision. And the issue with this is demonstrated here. We are actually able to perform laser surgery inside the cornea of the eye, remove part of this, and actually pull it out through a very small incision. That's why we call this smile. Smile is the procedure of choice for young people, people below the age of 40, and people with moderate myopia. So about -6 to -8 is pretty much the upper limit for smile surgery. It is very fast, it is very efficient, just takes a few minutes, and you will see well immediately after the procedure and able to drive the next day and return to work usually the next day. So both procedures are done on the same day for the right and the left eye. The next procedure is basically an add-on IOL. So we go ahead and put an additional IOL on top of the normal lens. This is called ICL surgery or the Visian ICL. It is like a contact lens. But you do not put this lens on top of the eye, like in the contact lens, but you put this small, flexible contact lens inside the eye, on top of the human lens. Again, ICL surgery is for younger people, because you still need your normal lens. This lens inside the eye has to be flexible. It has to do the adjustment when you try to read. So the contact lens on top of it, the ICL, will correct the myopia or the hyperopia you have. And the focusing is then done with the human lens inside your eye. ICL surgery is just as quick as the smile surgery. So we will do both eyes at the same time, and you will basically see well immediately after the surgery. We have a follow-up the next day, and afterwards you can go back to work. So again, it's a very easy and very fast procedure which allows you to see well immediately after the surgery. Now let's move to the procedures we offer for older patients. Older meaning over 40 or 50 years of age. Remember, over 40 years of age, the lens inside your eye gets stiff. It doesn't move anymore. This is what this lens will look like. This is a model of a lens inside the eye. Its location is behind the iris, over here inside the eye. And as I said, when we age, this lens gets stiff. So what we need to do is we need to replace this lens because it has become stiff. It's not functioning anymore. And what we basically do is we open up this lens with a laser in the so-called LenSx procedure using a special femtosecond laser, or we do this manually, which is also standard in cataract surgery. And then we use a very sophisticated machine to remove the contents of the lens. The outer layers, which are fixed inside the eye, remain inside the eye. And inside this capsule, as we call it, we put in a new lens. For this, I brought you another model, but again, this is obviously a big model. It's much smaller, the one we put inside. The one we put inside is just about 6 millimeters, but you wouldn't be able to see it. That's why I'm showing a big model. This is a trifocal lens. Trifocal means it has 3 different foci, focal points. One part of the lens is for reading. The second part is for cooking dinner, working at your laptop, working on your phone, and the third part is for seeing at distance. So this lens actually combines all the properties you need for your daily life, and you will be able to function throughout life without any additional glasses. So this is basically the method of choice and the lens of choice we recommend for you if you need reading glasses, or if you have a combination of myopia, hyperopia, and old age vision, presbyopia, as we call it. Basically, if you're over 40 or 50 years of age, then this is the procedure of choice, regardless of the other refractive errors you have. Now, a very similar procedure, which is also possible to be combined with this kind of lens, is cataract surgery. I told you that the human lens gets stiff. If you continue and do not have surgery, after a few more years, typically at the age of 70, it also gets cloudy. That's what I'm showing here. This is a stiff human lens. It's still clear. You can see through it, but it will not be able to focus. And at the age of 70 or 80, it became cloudy. It's grayish or brownish, as you see here. And then you cannot see through it anymore because it blocks the vision. Here I can see through, here I cannot see through, as you can clearly imagine. The procedure is the same, just what I showed you, the trifocal lens. We use a very sophisticated laser to actually open the lens, and then we use ultrasound energy to cut this grayish, brownish part inside in small pieces and remove it from the eye. And we place a new lens inside where the old lens was. There's another new laser procedure for those of you who are in between. Basically meaning, well, you're just about 35, 40. You start feeling, well, my near vision is not that good anymore. And you do not want to get the lens replacement surgery yet. For those of you, we have a procedure called Press Beyond. Press Beyond is basically a procedure you already know, femtoLASIK. What we do actually is we use a special laser, so-called femtosecond laser, to cut a small flap on the top of the cornea and lift this flap up. And then the Press Beyond laser, which is from Zeiss, a German company. We worked together for many, many years now with very sophisticated technology. And this laser is used to reshape the inside of the cornea in a way that gives you depth of focus. So you do not see well at distance only, but you also see well up closer. So it corrects both your distance vision and your near vision. Press Beyond is a bridging technology, as I said. So it's for those of you who are not quite at old age, quote unquote, who can still read, but with a lot of effort. And for those of you, Press Beyond might be a good technology. And many, many years later, you can still undergo the other procedures I just outlined, especially this lens replacement surgery with a trifocal IOL. So I told you a lot about our procedures. I hope I didn't bore you too much with this. If you're interested to get rid of your glasses, if you want to join these many, many million of people who have done refractive surgery, I did my refractive surgery 25 years ago, and I have some kind of Press Beyond in my left ear. My left eye sees well at near my right ear. My right eye sees well at distance, so I function very well without any glasses, and I would not like to miss this. So if you're interested, please come in, have an eye exam. It's very important to check that your eyes are really healthy, and then we can advise you. We have a very highly skilled staff who will examine you and tell you exactly what would be the optimum procedure. Thank you very much.